Welcome back to Poorly Educated Today in the News, where the coffee's burnt, the opinions are hotter, and the only thing colder than my cousin Earl's trailer fridge is the American economy, according to literally everybody you talk to at a gas pump. Lord help us, folks, because this week America did not walk into chaos. It swan dived off the porch steps, missed every railing on the way down, and landed face first in a pile of legislative raccoon tracks. So let's get into it. Segment 1. Shutdown Showdown and the DHS Don't Get Paid Parade. Well, folks, Washington done broke again, and I don't mean emotionally, though that's also true. Nope, the federal government pulled off something I didn't know was possible. A custom boutique shutdown. That's right, everything's funded except the Department of Homeland Security. It's like ordering a full meal and saying, "Hold the entree, but yeah, keep delivering appetizers until I pass out." TSA, working without pay. Coast Guard, working without pay. FEMA, half furloughed and praying that God himself handles natural disasters this week. Meanwhile, ICE and CBP are rolling in $140 billion of pre-approved money, driving around like they won the lottery. Democrats said, "Hey, maybe your federal agents shouldn't run around cities with masks like it's the purge." And the administration said, "How dare you ask questions?" Then everybody left town for a week-long vacation like deadbeat landlords. And now TSA agents are showing up to work with the same enthusiasm as a raccoon cleaning up a Waffle House parking lot at 4 a.m. Present, exhausted, and probably questioning their life choices. The craziest part? This whole showdown is because ICE and CBP kicked off their Minnesota mega mission, where they managed to deport everybody except basic human decency. They even accidentally shot 2 Americans in Minneapolis, which really put the in law enforcement. But the enforcement agencies? Still funded. The workers scanning your peanut butter jar? Not funded. FEMA, the folks who rescue you when you decide to go light hiking in a blizzard wearing cargo shorts? Nope. They're home, eating ice cream and stress-baking banana bread. This shutdown ain't a budget crisis. It's a political hostage situation featuring carry-on luggage. Segment 2. The world tour of Who Likes Us This Week. Secretary of State Marco Rubio been flying around Europe like he's trying to collect stamps on a geopolitical punch card. Germany, Slovakia, Hungary, all the places that say, "Sure, America, we'll hang out. But can you promise not to start yelling halfway through dinner?" Rubio got in front of Viktor Orban and Robert Fico, the 2 guys in Europe who treat democracy like that treadmill in your garage. Nice in theory, but mostly decorative. They're signing nuclear cooperation deals, defense agreements, and shopping for F-16s like they're on Black Friday at the Air Force outlet store. But the funniest part? The U.S. is basically saying, "We love your stance on immigration. Your energy dependence on Russia? We'll pretend we didn't see that." This administration is building an EU friend group that looks like the political version of a Monster Energy-sponsored bowling team. And honestly, Europe ain't confused. They're just like, "Ah, yes, America is collecting the edgiest countries again. Classic behavior." Segment 3. AI eats $285 billion and burps market chaos. Lord have mercy, the stock market done had itself a meltdown bigger than my Uncle Daryl's relationship with dairy products. AI got too smart, too fast, and suddenly $285 billion vanished from software companies. Wall Street was like, "AI is the future." Then AI said, "Actually, I can do your job too." And Wall Street said, "Wait, hold on, we didn't mean that." The whole market figured out that software companies charging $50 a month for what Chat Whatever can do for free might be in trouble. Turns out, if the robots can code better than the humans start sweating harder than TSA agents in August. Meanwhile, hardware companies, the folks building AI megachips the size of Earl's ego, are booming. Cerebra's just hit a $23 billion valuation, which is impressive for a company whose chips look like satellite dishes strapped to a waffle iron. And Amazon decided to fire another 16,000 workers to prepare for the AI future, which is corporate speak for, we put all our money into supercomputers, and now we can't afford your lunch breaks. AI is now the economy's new sheriff, and its first act is firing the old sheriff and training the tumbleweeds. Segment 4. Iran, Missiles, Deadlines, and Diplomacy. The Pentagon woke up last week and said, "What if we planned a war, but bigger?" They're drawing up plans for a weeks-long campaign against Iran, which is Washington speak for, "We sure hope we don't have to use this, but we printed it in 4K just in case." Another carrier's been deployed, troops are in motion, and everybody in the Middle East is holding their breath like they're waiting for fireworks, except the fireworks are ballistic missiles. President Trump told troops, "Sometimes you have to have fear. That's the only thing that really will get the situation taken care of." Sir, that slogan works great on haunted houses, not international conflict zones. Meanwhile, in Geneva, Ukraine and Russia are in peace talks with a June deadline, because nothing says lasting peace like an American election timeline. The U.S. basically told Ukraine, "You got 4 months to make peace, even if that means giving up land." Ukraine responded with the diplomatic equivalent of, "Are y'all serious right now?" So now we got peace talks that aren't peaceful, war plans that hopefully don't become war, and the Pentagon juggling Middle Eastern and Eastern European crises like a clown with too many flaming bowling pins. And folks wonder why generals go gray. Segment 5. Immigration whiplash, enforcement up, crossings down, courts exploding. Remember Minnesota's mega raid? Well, ICE packed up 1,000 agents like it was the end of summer camp. They're leaving behind a small security team, which probably means 2 guys in an SUV eating gas station jerky. And despite all the chaos, border crossings dropped to 1960s levels, about 6,000 encounters a month. That's right. We sent America back to the good old days statistically, but without any of the affordable housing or livable grocery prices. ICE Director Todd Lyons testified before Congress for 3 hours and basically said, "No apologies, no regrets, would do it again." He defended everything except my ability to stay calm watching the hearing. Then a federal appeals court said, "Hey, indefinite detention for undocumented immigrants is cool with us." The government's argument was basically, if we catch you inside the U.S., we're going to pretend you're outside the U.S., so legally we can hold you forever. Somehow that worked. And the Supreme Court is prepping to decide whether we keep birthright citizenship as we know it. Yeah, that one. The American demographic earthquake generator. We're one ruling away from maternity wards needing immigration lawyers as nurses. Segment 6. Sports, snowstorms, and Bad Bunny outrage bingo. Super Bowl 60 happened, and Seattle stomped New England so hard, the Patriots started checking the rulebook for mercy clauses. Kenneth Walker ran like someone told him the end zone was handing out free rent-controlled apartments. Betting hit $1.76 billion because America said, "Financial responsibility? Never heard of her." Meanwhile, prediction markets skyrocketed after deregulation, meaning you can now legally day trade sports outcomes like a caffeine-addicted goblin in a basement. Then Bad Bunny performed, and half the country decided this was the cultural apocalypse. Personally, I thought the fireworks were nice. And right when America needed a break, boom. Here comes a mega blizzard slamming the mountains with 3 to 7 feet of snow and 70 miles per hour winds. The Rockies look like God dropped a giant powdered donut on them. To balance all that chaos, the NBA rolled out a new all-star format. USA Stars versus USA Stripes versus Team World. It was basically a patriotic Thunderdome, and honestly, it slapped. Anthony Edwards hit a shot so clutch, it probably paid off his cousin's student loans. The NBA finally found a way to make millionaires pretend to care for 12 minutes at a time. A miracle. In conclusion, this week America juggled shutdowns, AI revolutions, global standoffs, blizzards, and sports drama, all while the average citizen tried to buy groceries without taking out a second mortgage. The world is wild, the news is wild, and we here at the Poorly Educated Podcast are doing our best to explain it all while making you laugh and questioning whether Earl stole my lawnmower again. Spoiler alert. He did. Stick around, stay warm, and stay poorly educated, because somebody's gotta be.